EastEnders spoilers for next week: deceit, surprise romance, and heartbreak mirror online. Walford residents will be left heartbroken next week as revelations surface next week on EastEnders. Heartbreak is in store for a number of EastEnders residents next week following romance revelations and devastating diagnoses. Jean Slater will try her best to hide from the world after receiving the news that she wasn't hoping for. But will the rest of the Slater clan be able to help her out of her downward spiral? Meanwhile, Rainey is left struggling after making a terrible discovery about Max Branning, but her retaliation could put her in harm's way. And one Walford resident will have to break some devastating news to their daughter. How will they be able to cope? Hey race, what's coming up on EastEnders next week? Jean Slater sparked fears after going missing ahead of her hospital appointment. Daughter Stacy is worried out of her mind as she tries to search for her mum and turns to Shirley Carter for help. However, they are unfortunately unsuccessful, and Stacy sends her mum a voicemail message from herself and Lily. Jean, who is staying in a caravan, is touched when she hears the message and later decides to answer Stacy's call to let her know that she is okay. Stacy tries to push Jean for answers and reminds her about the appointment, but Jean refuses to tell her where she is. Their conversation comes to an abrupt end when the campsite owner interrupts to check in on Jean. She later, Cott convinces Stacy to go to the hospital for the appointment, but she is left disappointed when her mum fails to turn up. When she returns home, Stacy realizes she might be able to track Jean down after pushing Mo to remember details about an old holiday destination. Eventually, they manage to figure out where Jean has gone and spot her, only Jean ends up locking herself inside the caravan. Cott, Stacy, and Martin try to get Jean to come out, but Lily comes up with a plan. Will she be able to get Jean to leave the caravan? As the guilt piles on her shoulders, Mel Owen is desperate to get the cash for Son Hunter's solicitor. She sets her sights on Walford East End, now that Max partially owns it, decides to try and plant doubts in Rainey's mind about Ygritte and Havab's abilities. Consequently, Kathy reluctantly gets Mel to help after being instructed to by Rainey. The sisters are worried that their jobs are at stake. How will Mel fare with Rainey? Could spark a shock romance with Stuart after being left devastated at the news that Max won't be returning to Walford anytime soon. And she is dealt another blow when she sees a picture of Max with a new woman on Jack's phone, discovering that he is seeing someone else. Jack is left fearing the worst when he catches the alcoholic cradling a drink, and while she insists that she didn't have any booze, he demands that she attend an NA meeting. At the meeting, she ends up bumping to Stuart and the pair have a heart-to-heart. Could sparks fly? EastEnders airs Mondays and Fridays at 8 p.m. and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.